Holla if you hear it. It's the only goddess with a message from spirit. What's coming down from the divine spirit guides, ancestors now? What's coming down? So we are now tapping in with the water signs. What's goody? Skitty in the hoodie. Hey, I don't know what the fuck that's going to be. Okay, anyway. Moving forward. So utilizing the sexual magic tarot today. What is the message from my water signs? Okay. At the bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords in the reverse. Star card, Aquarius energy, 8 of Cups. Okay. So, Spirit is definitely wanting you to embody your Queen of Swords at this time. It's time for you to detach from needing to appease other people. It's like you're walking away from people pleasing. You're walking away from the mindset of, keeping the peace when your internal peace, when you're internally not at peace, it's like you're in a space where you are no longer going to, just lay down and just take other people's, attacks, whether they are verbal attacks, spiritual attacks, like physical attacks. I mean, I feel like some of y'all may be in the mindset of choosing violence, and needing to, walk away, needing to realize that certain battles are not worth fighting. Certain battles are not worth engaging in. So why, stoop down to the level of others? Okay, don't lower your vibration for people who are committed to misunderstanding you, who have the motive of trying to tear you down. There's the Queen of Swords in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. So some of y'all could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. Aquarius's energy is out here. So you could be dealing with somebody who, is very much verbally abusive. This could be your mother, or a mother figure. Could be an elder sibling, an aunt. It could have been a teacher in your childhood, somebody who was an authority figure who basically fed that negative, mindset, that fed an inner critic, that fed a need to seek validation outside of self. And it is time for you to release that energy. It's time for you to walk away from any baggage that you are carrying from your past. Okay, any mother issues that need healing at this time, it's time to walk away from that and stop carrying that in your present. It's one thing to revisit it, to reflect on it, to learn from it, but it's another thing to allow it to control you in your now. Okay, so some of you are deciding to live in your truth. Some of you are embracing this Queen of Swords in the reverse energy because you have been keeping your throat chakra closed off. You haven't been speaking your mind. Like I said in the beginning, you have been eating your truth. Some of you are eating your truth, like literally, because you're so stressed, because you're so unhappy, because you're so, depressed or anxious. So as a way to cope, you may, eat, as a way to cope. Some of you may, drink as a way to cope. Some of you may utilize people as a way to cope, as a distraction. So it's important to recognize what vices that you have taken on, in order to survive, and also to be kinder to yourself and realize that certain survival tactics that you took on, when you were in that damaged part of yourself, it was the way that you survived. Okay, Spirit wants you to stop beating yourself up for what happened to you in the past, okay, and who you were and who you're currently trying to walk away from. It's time for you to embrace that part of your life instead of being ashamed of that part of your life. Realize that you did the best that you could at the time, and to give yourself grace for when you needed these things in order to survive. Okay, do never judge yourself for the things that you did when you were in survival mode. Okay, as long as you weren't trying to spite somebody else in the meantime, but even still, even if you were trying to spite other people, still give yourself grace. If you are in the space where you are trying to heal, that you are in the process of trying to change, you're trying to walk away from old habits, walk away from the way you used to think, the way you used to move, the way you used to behave, trying to gain control over your emotions, trying to utilize your throat chakra in an effective way and not in a destructive way. Okay, realize that change takes time, and give yourself grace. Don't beat yourself up about how you used to act or who you used to be. Okay, it's time to change the way that you think about yourself. It's time to change the way that you talk to yourself. It's a time to respect your shadow side. Respect that distorted feminine within you that was a people pleaser, that was an attention seeker, no matter if it was good or bad. Give that person grace. Give that person love and forgiveness and understanding, and realize that I was in that space because that was my survival tactic. So once you do that shadow work, once you sit down and do that scripting, writing, journaling about how you feel, and actually going through, why I reacted like this, what was the trigger, what was the root cause, of me, doing certain things in my past that I'm not proud of. Once you get to the root of that, that is when you are able to reflect on it, learn from it. And then if those parts of you start to come out in doing your healing process, you can recognize it, learn from it, so you do not do it again. That is the biggest thing that we need to learn about being in earth school. It's realizing that it is a everyday process. It is an everyday journey. It is an everyday lesson. We are learning lessons all the time. So do not sit here and beat yourself up about things that you had to learn, okay? And things that you may still be learning. Like I said, old habits die hard. Change is the only constant, but it takes time, okay? Nobody overnight wakes up healed. Okay, so please give yourself grace in this healing journey. Okay, and don't be afraid to heal transparently with this star card. Recognize that you were being shaped and molded throughout your life to walk into your life purpose. Okay, so it's time for you to shine that light. It's time for you to be the star of your, of your show, living your truth. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. That's why you have this Queen of Swords, and the reverse spirit is wanting you to speak your truth. Some of you may have a platform where you need to be more vulnerable, where you need to be more transparent, or you just need to be more vulnerable and transparent with yourself. Okay, like I said, some people may eat, drink or use other forms of escapism to escape their problems. And this is by you setting yourself free from those bondages and living in your truth, and realizing that by living in your truth, that is going to help you to walk away from the things that no longer serve you, and the habits and the mindsets that no longer serve you. Once you make that decision, that is when your whole reality, your whole life is going to make a shift, and it's going to be such a powerful shift. Some of you are literally going through that transition right now, like I said. So that's why embracing this Queen of Swords energy is important. No more dimming your light to make other people comfortable. No more dimming your truth, to make other people comfortable. And if people, don't resonate with the new you, the you that you are becoming, it's time to walk away with this Eight of Cups. Okay, because certain people in your past are not going to be able to come with you in your future, because the future you will not vibrate on the same level as them. They only understand and associate with the old you, with the low vibrational you. Okay, even in the darkest places, if we look hard enough, hope can be found there. So you are finding your hope. You've been in a lot of dark places. You've been in a lot of dark mindsets, and you are finding hope by healing. You're healing through hope. And because you have a hope that by you dealing with the things that spiritually ail you by you dealing with your traumas and your triggers and walking away from places and spaces and people who remind you of that space or who try to bring you back to that space, that is where you're finding hope. You're finding hope that I can remove myself from places that make me feel less than who I am and who I see myself as and who I want to be. Okay? So by you going through these challenges, you are learning that I don't have to stay here. Yeah, I've been there, but I don't have to stay there. Yes, I've been through the breakup. I've been through the verbal abuse. I've been through the mental mind games with narcissists, with karmic relationships, toxic connections. But I can find hope within myself by finally taking my power back and realizing that I deserve better. Today, negative thoughts will not be welcome. So like I said, it's time for you to change how you speak to yourself, and it's time for you to change how you think of yourself and give yourself more grace and stop dwelling on things that you cannot control, and stop dwelling on things from your past that you had to go through so you can be who you are becoming. Okay, whatever you're thinking about, don't do it. Now is not the fucking time. So some of you, like I said, may be thinking about choosing violence. Spirit said don't do it. Like I said, some battles are not worth fighting. It's more power in walking away and revamping yourself, rebranding yourself, reinventing yourself, healing yourself, evolving. Okay, success is the best revenge. Get the fuck outside, move your ass. Your body is pissed at you. Okay, so Spirit is saying raise your vibration through movement. Some of you may want to work on is your body, and working on your temple is not only great health wise, but it's great spiritual wise. Movement is a great way to, connect with the divine, and grow in spirit and intuition and get in tune with your body. Okay. And getting present in the here and now. At the bottom of the deck, fuck, shit is about to get real. Fuck, you need your people around you. So like I said, it's time for you to only surround yourself with people who are vibrating where you are at, or who are at the vibration that you are working to stay in. Only deal with people who want what's best for you, and anybody that makes you feel less than and makes you question yourself, it's time to walk away. All right, my water signs.